A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in transatlantic trade relations, the European Union has once again delayed the implementation of retaliatory tariffs on U.S. exports, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announced during a press conference on Sunday. The countermeasures, which were originally set to take effect on Tuesday, were introduced in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's controversial import taxes on steel and aluminum. The EU's planned retaliation, which would have affected approximately €21 billion worth of U.S. goods, was first put on hold back in March. Von der Leyen confirmed that this suspension has now been extended until early August, allowing for further negotiations between the two parties. The decision to delay the tariffs comes as EU trade ministers are scheduled to convene in Brussels on Monday to strategize their response to the latest developments. Tensions escalated recently after President Trump sent a letter to von der Leyen, detailing his intention to impose a hefty 30% tariff on EU imports starting August 1st. In his correspondence, Trump warned that any retaliatory measures from the EU would provoke an even harsher response, with potential increases in tariffs beyond the initial 30% threshold. In a pre-recorded interview with Fox News, Trump expressed confidence in his administration's approach to trade, suggesting that the tariffs were yielding significant financial returns for the U.S. Hundreds of billions of dollars are pouring in, he asserted, despite the backlash from various countries affected by his policies. Von der Leyen emphasized the EU's preference for a negotiated solution, stating, "The United States has sent us a letter with measures that would come into effect unless there is a negotiated solution, so we will therefore also extend the suspension of our countermeasures until early August. At the same time, we will continue to prepare for the countermeasures, so we're fully prepared." She highlighted the EU's commitment to pursuing diplomatic discussions, using the time before the new tariffs take effect to seek a resolution. Germany's finance minister, Lars Klingbeil, echoed von der Leyen's sentiments, asserting the necessity for serious and solution-oriented negotiations with the U.S. He cautioned, however, that if these negotiations fail, the EU would have to consider decisive countermeasures to safeguard jobs and businesses within Europe. "Our hand remains outstretched, but we won't accept just anything," Klingbeil remarked in an interview with the daily newspaper Süddeutsche Zeitung. French President Emmanuel Macron also weighed in on the matter, urging the European Commission to staunchly defend European interests amid the ongoing trade dispute. His comments reflect a growing sentiment among EU leaders to present a united front against U.S. trade policies. As of now, the Trump administration has proposed tariff conditions impacting 24 countries, including the EU, which consists of 27 member states. White House trade advisor Peter Navarro previously set an ambitious goal of securing 90 deals in 90 days, with the outlines of 2 agreements already announced with the United Kingdom and Vietnam. The ongoing trade tensions between the U.S. and the EU have raised concerns about potential economic repercussions on both sides of the Atlantic. The EU's decision to delay retaliatory tariffs reflects a cautious approach aimed at avoiding further escalation while simultaneously preparing for all possible outcomes. As the clock ticks down to the August deadline, all eyes will be on the negotiations taking place in Brussels, with hopes for a resolution that could ease the strain on transatlantic trade relations. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.